WFG, man, is the icing on the cake. I'm forever grateful for this opportunity. I love this business. I'm signing my kids up whether they want to or not, okay? Because this is our freedom ticket. So tonight, I want to talk about some things that we should be focusing on, right? Now, this particular training was inspired by Rolene, aka Melissa. Melissa, you need to tell me because I'm like confused. Sometimes we call you Rolene, sometimes we call you Melissa. Like, what do you want us to call you, right? So, Rolene has been working a business. She's one of my new business partners. She had joined the business about 2 years ago, didn't do anything much, but that's okay. You know, she's back on and now she's here with a vengeance, right? The girl is doing everything and more, and she's getting tons of leads. She's engaging. She's asking me like a million questions, but it's great, right? And so one of the questions that she asked me today was, she posted something and the person asked, you know, if they should convert their 401k to an IUL. So I said, you know what? You just give me my topic. I'm going to train on this. Who is an IUL, or who is an IUL for, right? Because we already know everybody needs a family bank, right? We already know what the IUL is, but they don't know. So my question was, you know, and you guys are going to get this a lot. Should people convert their 401k to an IUL? Well, first of all, it cannot be converted, right? So I'm going to train tonight on who is an IUL for, and what are top things you guys should be doing to close out the month strong, right? Close out the month strong. So let's talk about who is an IUL for. And guys, take notes because y'all know my training be hands on fire. The first thing, people who want to save money and invest their money smart. And notice, save is in capital, invest is in capital, and smart is in capital. So I don't care if you have a 401k, an IRA, a TD, a pension. Listen, if you ain't got an IUL, you are not saving and investing your money smart. So who is an IUL for? Pretty much everybody. If you want to save money, if you want to invest money smart, the key word here is smart, because a lot of people are not saving and investing even to begin with, or if they are saving and investing, they are not investing and saving smart. That's what an IUL is. Putting your money to work for you smart. So yes, that person needs to have an IUL. Who else is an IUL for? If your money is sitting in the bank, or if it's sitting anywhere idle. And when I say idle, it is not working for you. Your money is not getting you 5% and higher. You're actually safely losing money. So if you have tons of thousands of dollars that you don't even plan on using, or you don't have any major purchase coming up, you already have your 3 to 6 to 9 or 12 months emergency, everything else should be working for you somewhere that's going to earn you more than 5%. We already know the bank is not going to double and grow our money. So who is an IUL for? Somebody who has extra money sitting in the bank or anywhere not working for them. Number 3. Okay, number 3. What if they have a 401k? You guys know the 3 rules of money. They don't. They don't know tax now, tax later, tax advantage. So 401k, 403b, those are tax later. 401k, 403b, and IRA are tax later. So what's going to happen to that money? You're going to pay more taxes. You're going to pay more taxes, period. Right? Why would we want to pay more than our fair share of taxes? That's what's happening to your 401k. You do not know how much money you're going to get to keep. Uncle Sam is going to dictate how much taxes he's going to take out, not you and I. So anyone who has a 401k, 403b, IRA, Roth, or any job retirement accounts, because all job retirement accounts are taxed later. They're taxed later, right? And especially if you know someone who has a government job that they're so proud of, like teachers, nurses, police officers, firefighters. We love them. Thanks for serving us. Thanks for being good steward, right? Thanks for helping run the economy in our community. Great job. Keep it up. But we want to make sure that we help you, right? Because with those types of jobs, those accounts that they're going to get for their retirement is taxed later. And what about that self-employed person? What about that person who owns a barber shop, a nail salon, a beauty specialist? I don't know, a hustler like me, self-employed, right? They also need an IUL because they need to protect their own financial future and their retirement, because the bank ain't gonna do it and the government ain't gonna do it, and they don't have a pension to collect or Social Security or any one of them. You got to create your own. So all of us know self-employed people, right? So those are people that need an IUL. Go back to the 3 rules of money, guys. The 3 rules of money pretty much tells us who needs an IUL. Tax later, right? Number 4, anyone who has a life insurance policy, because we already know they don't have an IUL. They're like, what? Who? What? They don't know the IUL. They never heard about the IUL. Ain't nobody gonna put them onto the IUL because they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So if they do have a life insurance, 99.9% of the time they're gonna have a basic ass term, and they're going to have a basic ass whole life. Point blank, period. Basic. Although that's good, we can show them how to get better. We could do a free policy review and explain their existing life insurance policy and show them how to level up. Show them how to really stack it up, right? And upgrade that basic policy. Right? So anyone with a life insurance, you got one, let's set up a one-on-one and do a policy review. Right? Also, what about the person who don't have one? Are you kidding me? 3 years ago, if you had told me your dad to get a life insurance, I would have been like, nah, I got my burial money, girl. I'm good. No, you're not. You're not good. You broke. Because you see, if you don't have a life insurance, all you got is what you got in the bank, or all you got is what you got in your investment accounts, and that's it. And guys, statistics shows that when a widow husband passes away, she is literally wiped out, broke in 6 months. Hopefully she gets a job and recoups and picks herself up, right? But then what about if we get hit with some health crisis, cancer, heart attack, stroke? Statistics shows that our money is going to get wiped out in 2 years. So why wouldn't you want an IUL and let the long-term care take care of those unforeseen, unexpected, but it's better to have it and not need it if your health fails. Right? So anyone who does not have a life insurance policy, they need one, right? Hashtag tax-free. It's tax-free money. Are you kidding me? It is tax-free money. That is a super big deal, y'all, right? Hashtag risk-free investment. Are you kidding me? You're never, ever going to lose money. You winning. You winning. Hashtag LTC. What if you get sick? You ain't tripping about the bills. You ain't tripping about going to your in-network doctor because you can't go to the out-of-network doctor because you can't afford the out-of-network doctor. And you got to stay within the network. You got to get special authorization to go see a specialist. You got your long-term care, 40 grand, 20 grand, 10 grand. Go see who you got to see, baby. Get your health together, right? Let's continue with who else needs an IUL. I hope y'all feeling this stuff. Who else needs an IUL? You own a house? Let's protect that mortgage, honey. Because a mortgage is typically 30 years, right? Let's protect that mortgage. God forbid you pass away prematurely, because 30 years is a long time. A lot of things could happen, good or bad. But let's protect in the event something bad happens. And it may not even be debt. Because I know lots of people who failed and they lost their house because they couldn't work. They couldn't keep the house. Personal story. I have a friend right now who's had a stroke going on 9 years. They have not worked for 9 years. They're on the verge of losing their house. And they own their house over 15 years. Life could happen, guys, right? So who needs an IUL? Everybody that owns a house. You got to protect that mortgage, right? Number 7. Do you have kids? Come on, man. Come on, people. We're supposed to make better for our kids. Everybody wants better for their kids, but what are they doing? And what they're doing might be good, but if they don't know this information, they can't do better. You have kids. You know people who have kids. You know people who want to get kids like myself. So guess what? Before I knew about this financial campaign, I already had a bank account saving for my unborn child. Already had a bank account saving for my unborn child. So why wouldn't you want to save for your kids' future? Why wouldn't you want to save to give your kids a leg up in life so they can be better at your age? So they could get a head start and not have it to be bogged down with student loan, graduate debt free, and now they're keeping all of their money for whatever job they're going to go off or career they're going to go off to, right? Help them, give them a head start, money for a down payment on a house. I love my parents, but when I bought my first property, they didn't even give me $1. $1. Not because they don't love me, because they didn't have it. They didn't have it. My nieces and nephew will not have to go through that because I know what to do, and I'm constantly talking to my brothers and sisters. You got to do this. You got to do this. Let's open this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Right? So we know people, or you have your nieces and your nephews. What about grandparents? Right? Grandparents they may not love their kids, or their kids may piss them off sometimes, but they would do anything for those grandbabies. I spoke to a client last week. He's in his 60s. Little late for him in the game. He's already in retirement mode. But guess what? You know what he said to me? Odetta, I'd like to do this IUL for my two grandbabies. Both girls, not even 2 years old. These concepts are powerful. You're not just setting them up for college. You're setting them up for life financially. So who is an IUL for? You want to protect your health? You want to protect your family? You want to protect your money? Back to the 3 rules of money, right? What about single people like me? When you told me 3 years ago that you got to get a life insurance because I don't know better, right? I probably would have gone and gotten a term or a whole life because that's what they're selling in New York, right? But guess what? I don't want to be old and broke. You don't want to be old and broke? You want to be old and rich, honey. Because when you're old and rich, people are always going to be around you. You could hire and fire. You could pick the best nursing home. You could pick whoever home health aide you want to come in your house and take care of you. People will always be around you because you got a check to give them, because you can pay them, right? So single people need life insurance too. But the IUL, because the IUL is that cash-free money, is that tax-free money, is that investment money, right? Single people need it because you don't want to be old and broke. Number 10, if you just want to win the money game. If you just want to win the money game, there's so many people out here that are trying their hardest best to get ahead in life. They're working 3-4 jobs and they still can't even save or invest enough to have a comfortable retirement. You just want to win the money game? Get an IUL. Start building massive wealth and control your future. Because money sitting in a 401k ain't nothing you controlling. The stock market is controlling your money. The government is controlling your money. You're not controlling your money if it's sitting in a 401k. So going back to Rolene's question, when she texted me this morning and said, hey, Odetta, this person is asking if they should convert their 401k to an IUL. Well, first of all, you can't convert, right? But hell yeah, you need an IUL. Forget that 401k, even if they're matching. I just came off a client call with someone in Massachusetts. I don't know them. Total strangers. And she said to me, like what most people tell me, Odetta, but my company is matching my 401k. I say, honey, boo-boo, look, don't let them fool you. They giving you the money with one hand and they taking it with the other hand. How are they taking it with the other hand? Taxes, fees in your 401k, and the stock market. So when you think you're getting this 2% over here, the stock market is going to eat it up over here. If you just want to win the money game, everybody wants to win the money game. Some people want more than others, but you got to master the money game. So you also need an IUL. Bonus. If you didn't come from a wealthy family, make sure a wealthy family comes from you. So you need an IUL. And I'm going to say that again for social media. If you did not come from a wealthy family, you need to make a wealthy family come for you. If you don't know what the IUL is, make sure you get in touch with me. Because trust me, you're not going to hear this from your regular Joe Schmo that's selling life insurance because they don't know this information. Now that we've talked about what is an IUL and who needs it, let's talk about how to close out the month strong. How to close out the month strong. I'm going to give you guys 10 things that you need to do. So all of you that are on this Zoom, you need to be applying these 10 things in these next 7 to 10 days to close out the month strong. And on that note,